If you're anything like me, you have a rotating cast of comfort TV shows. You know the ones. Those gentle, warm, and utterly reliable programs that feel like a soft blanket on a chilly day. They ask nothing of you except to settle in and enjoy. And for 15 wonderful years, one of the coziest shows on that list has been Celebrity Antiques Road Trip. Well, I've just heard some news that feels like a bit of a gut punch. It seems our beloved afternoon romp through the British countryside is being put on hold. My heart sank too. According to reports, the BBC has quietly decided to shelve the Celebrity spin-off for the remainder of the year. Now, before we all panic and start hoarding vintage teacups in protest, let's look at the details. A source who reportedly spoke to The Sun put it this way: Celebrity Antiques Road Trip has proved a popular show for the BBC, but the focus right now is the original version of the show. Here's the glimmer of hope, the little porcelain silver lining. A final decision hasn't been made on its future just yet, but it's definitely being rested for the remainder of the year, and bosses will reassess in 2026. Rested. I like the sound of rested. Rested isn't cancelled. Rested is taking a break, recharging its batteries, waiting in the wings. And thank goodness, the original Antiques Road Trip, the one that started it all back in 2010, is safe and sound. But still, the loss of the Celebrity version, even temporarily, leaves a real gap. Why? Because Celebrity Antiques Road Trip was always more than just a show about old stuff. It was a show about people. It was, at its core, a hilarious and heartwarming social experiment. The formula was deceptively simple. Take two celebrities, preferably with a fun, pre-existing relationship, a rivalry, a friendship, a how on earth do they know each other connection. Pair each of them with one of our beloved antiques experts, the true superstars of the show. Give them a budget, a fabulous classic car, and set them loose. The result wasn't just about antiques. It was about banter. It was about seeing a side of celebrities we never get to see. Think about it. Where else could you see EastEnders legend Danny Dyer, a man synonymous with hard man cool, genuinely pondering the merits of a Victorian-era toast rack? Where else could you watch the fabulous Gemma Collins, in full GC mode, trying to haggle with a tweed-wearing shop owner over a piece of Art Deco pottery? It was the ultimate fish-out-of-water scenario, and it was beautiful. It stripped away the red carpet glamour and showed us the real person underneath. We saw their competitive streaks, their terrible taste, which was often the most fun, and occasionally their surprisingly sharp eye for a bargain. Let's be honest, the show's real magic wasn't just in the celebs, it was in the pairings. It was the pairing of the celebrity with their expert. These weren't just guides, they were co-conspirators, teachers, and partners in crime. Think of the boundless enthusiasm of Christina Trevanian, the sharp eye of Rue Irvine, or the encyclopedic knowledge of Charles Hanson. Watching them patiently explain to a pop star why a chipped chamber pot isn't a good investment was television gold. They were the gentle, knowledgeable heart of the series, and their chemistry with their celebrity partners was everything. And then there was the pairing of the celebrities against each other. When they paired up Pointless host Richard Osman with his now wife, comedian Ingrid Oliver, it was genuinely sweet and insightful. When they pitted soap rivals against each other, the gloves came off. It was all for charity, of course, but you just knew they both desperately wanted to win. This show was our great escape. In a world of high-drama reality TV, Celebrity Antiques Road Trip was a gentle breeze. It was a love letter to the British countryside. The cars, a bright red MGB, a stately vintage Bentley, or a quirky Morris Minor, trundling down winding country lanes, framed by green fields and stone walls. It was pure, unadulterated escapism. It was 45 minutes where you could forget the world and just enjoy the thrill of the hunt. And oh, the hunt! We learned with them. We'd spot something in the back of a shop and think, ooh, I wonder what that is. We'd gasp when they found a hidden gem for £20. We'd groan when they spent £150 on something we knew was going to bomb at auction. The auction itself was the perfect climax. The nervous energy, the experts' last-minute words of encouragement, and then, the gavel. The sheer, unadulterated joy when their bizarre purchase actually made a profit. and perhaps even more entertaining, the shared laughter when it made a spectacular loss. It was low stakes, high emotion, feel good television. It reminded us that the world is full of interesting things, and that there's joy to be found in the old, the forgotten, and the slightly weird. It